What could be better than free, right? So, I mean, to think about that for a second is that all you're investing right now is your time into these social outlets. It doesn't, it doesn't need any cost other than that. And that's really important to look at, because the way that we're advertising is completely changed if we look at social media. The days are kind of gone of, well, they're not gone, but the days of buying media and just calling up a media buyer and saying, yes, I want that, or let's do a radio commercial, is starting to shift into the social paradigm. And the difference is that in order to get a return out of it, you have to invest your time. And it's not one of these things where you can just call up a company and say, yeah, get me on Facebook, that'd be sweet if I could do that. It doesn't work that way. So I think that one of the key things that you should learn today is that you have to participate if you're going to get a reward out of it. So, and that can be a little frustrating because you may not see the return right away because it takes a little time to get these things to grow. This is a guiding principle that I read an article out of ClickZ, and the name of the article was "The ROI for Social Media is Zero." And basically, his argument is that social media is not media at all, because you can't buy people's conversations, okay? And I think that is at least my philosophy, if not our entire company's philosophy, but I like to think of that when I think about social media. So, if you read this, in other words, people don't talk whenever advertisers want them to, and they won't say whatever advertisers tell them to. So in order to really, be influential, you have to keep this in mind. So the first step before engaging in any kind of activity is always to define your objectives. Your objectives should be related to your overall business objectives. So you probably still have the same kind of business problems, whether it be, I want more business, I want more leads, I want more exposure. These are common objectives. I was wondering if some of you can maybe volunteer some of the professions that you work in, so that when we later get to the meat and potatoes of the presentation, that maybe we can use those as a way to show you how Twitter would get involved in that. But anybody? Hospitality? Okay, what hotel brand are you guys with? Hilton, great. Anybody else? Painting. Painting, great.
Online retail.
What was that?
Online retail.
Online retail. Well, that's a perfect one right there, too.
We're a dry cleaner specialized in leather cleaning.
Okay.
Copywriting.
Great.
Janitorial and building maintenance.
Great.
Nanny placement agency.
That's a good one, too. Well, I think those are all great businesses. So in some of the ones that I heard here, I'm going to pick yours because yours is so niched. Leather dry cleaning.
Exactly.
Okay, is that commercial or residential, or what is that?
It's apparel. It's called Don's Leather Cleaning.
Okay. Well, I think your particular niche there is a perfect application for social media, especially Twitter. So one of the things I would say as we proceed is that you could actually talk to other industry professionals in your industry and talk to other wholesalers or talk to other dry cleaners that are out in the industry and recommend your products. It's also a good way to get pricing ideas, see what other companies are experiencing and things like that. Hospitality, that's a great field to be in, and actually we have a lot of experience with hospitality companies. And I could see you guys having a lot of fun with Twitter, announcing specials and rates and things like that. I think you said you were at Nanny placement agency. So what a great way to meet mothers and all that kind of thing. So I think one of the things that you're going to find with this versus other social media is that a lot of social media is about friends, or it's more connected, where this is very disorganized. So you're going to be able to meet a lot more strangers throughout the country or locally that you may have not known otherwise. One last note on this is marketing principles have not changed, just the mediums have. I really feel that that is very true. for some reason, when we tend to think about getting into something new, like marketing goes out the window. The web hasn't changed marketing at all. It's just the medium itself has changed. So now we're going to go into a brief overview of what Twitter actually is. So the top one here is a textbook definition. Twitter is a free social networking and microblogging service that enables its users to send and read each other's updates, known as tweets. Twitter evolved around 2006. It spun out of a podcasting directory called Odeo and was a result of a brainstorming session. And the first use of Twitter was actually for internal employees to be able to communicate with one another. Some people refer to Twitter as the SMS of the web because the messages are relatively small. They're only 140 characters long. Usage-wise, I think that this number is actually going to be higher this year, but it's expected to grow over 12 million users in 2009, but I think that's probably going to get bigger. Growth from adopters are aged between 25 and 54. That's really the solid market. I kind of said that before. And according to Compete.com, which is a great way to look at traffic rankings for websites, ranked at number 3. Down below, we have some popular companies that you probably heard about that are using Twitter. So these are just some relatively large companies using it. I'm going to show you some real-life applications of companies using Twitter so you can see what they're actually doing. You're also going to learn how to formulate your own strategy so that you'll actually be able to go back and think about this and do it. So these are popular ways that companies will use Twitter. I would say that this top portion right here is the most popular way for Twitter. So using Twitter as public relations or a marketing channel handled by a couple of people internally. And with that, these are some of the things that they're doing. They're posting updates from blogs, their website, they're distributing press releases, they're making corporate announcements, job opportunities. I've actually posted jobs on Twitter and have had people reply, and we've actually hired people from a job posting on Twitter. So one of the ways I think to think about this top one is think of Twitter as like email. It's kind of like this always-on application, and when you send something out there, people get the message. So if you think of this channel like email, you can think about all the things that you might want to publish through that channel, such as those. The second one is using Twitter as a research channel, and I would say for the dry cleaning service that would be an excellent channel because you'd be able to talk to your industry professionals and try to network to see what other people are saying and try to get to those niches. Also as a research channel, some larger companies, I'm going to pick on Hilton because I heard that one, this would be a great way to monitor your brand. So you could actually look for references of people talking in real time about Hilton and see what they're saying. And maybe you got disgruntled companies. Maybe you got ideas there. People actually saying, boy, I wish Hilton had this, or whatever it may be. And the best part about all of that is that it's happening now. So it's not like one of these big market research projects that you have to do and you got to wait to get all of the feedback. This is always on. And then lastly, you can use Twitter as an internal, for internal or group discussions. One of the advantages with Twitter is that you can protect updates so that you don't have to show it to the rest of the world, and so you can use it in that manner. There are some business-only products out there like Yammer that kind of, in my opinion, do a better job of that. So if you're looking for kind of an internal job board, or not a job board, but a what's being done inside the company kind of thing, Yammer is a great tool for that.